Okay, so hello everyone. We will be starting with the info session of Google Cloud Ready Facilitator program. I am Jyoti Jaiswal and I am the Google Cloud Facilitator for this program. And I welcome you all as you all have registered for this program, I think. And even if you have not, then don't worry, to be informative for you as well so that you can enroll in programs which may come ahead. Yeah, so at first, like I have been seeing that a lot of people are kind of started the tracks and quest, and they have started completing the challenge labs and all. If you have not started at all, then it's totally fine. Today I will be telling you more about the program, and so that you will be able to know how many tracks are there and what you actually need to do in that program. Okay, so I will tell you about today's events agenda. At first, we will be talking about a brief introduction to cloud, a brief uh, note on or a brief intro on in cloud, a lot more about Google Cloud Ready Facilitator program, and a brief walk through the Google Cloud platform where you will be completing the labs or the challenge labs. Before starting, I want to ask you a question that have you registered to Google Cloud Ready program? If you have, you can simply react to this message in the chat box. Okay. Okay, cool. So I see a lot of people have registered. That means be very nice. So it is going to be a great learning journey for you all. So let's get started. Before coming to Google Cloud, at first we need to know what is cloud, right? So we will be starting with that. What do you think what is cloud and what's your experience with it? Like, have you ever used it, or do you use some kind of feature or application which uses cloud, which is on your mind right now? You can just tell about that. Okay. Any example can work fine. To describe what, yeah, yeah, Google Drive. Okay. Okay, no idea. Totally okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. AWS. That is like a service, but it's fine. Describe what is actually cloud is, what cloud actually is. I would like to draw an analogy. Like way back when we didn't have the internet and all, what we used to do, we used to store, like if I had to watch movies and play songs and all, then I had to, have those CDs and like record a tape and all, right, to have my collection of movies and songs in it, and that required a lot of space and all, right. I need to have compiled piled up cassettes and all, right. But these days what do we actually do is we just go to online and we listen to our favorite music and songs. But if this thing was not there, then we would have like required to purchase those tapes and all, right. So this is kind of a basic example of, very basic example of cloud, where the things have been simplified and all. You will get more clarity on it once we will watch this video. So I will just play this video and you will have a lot more clarity on what cloud actually is. Just confirm me once if you are able to hear to the audio.
About cloud computing.
Are you able to hear the audio? Yeah.
To get started, we need a busy person. Let's call her Sandy. Sandy not only wears awesome cowboy boots, she's the technology partner in a company. Medium size. 18 people in the US. What do they do? How about accounting, tax service? They need desks, chairs, computers, and also software. They need servers for their database, a backup system. They need a safe room for all these machines, a network that keeps them all connected, and the clients connected to them. And they need an IT employee to install it. But because the company is too small, they don't have their own IT guy, they have to call an external consultant. Once everything is set up, it works. Until they 18 people use the system in 18 different ways, so the database turns into data chaos. Once in a while, updates have to be made too. Servers renewed, old data migrated again, and Sandy's company is growing. More and more important data continues to be stored in the office, in one place. Risky. And Sandy, she wants to have her life back again, spending her spare time Western dancing or playing golf, not worrying about technical stuff. Why not do the same thing as back at home? Her music collection, stored on the web. Movies, she watches them online. Family pictures, she shares them on the net. Her encyclopedia is called Wikipedia now, and so on. Why shouldn't her business do the same and move to the cloud? Like this. Everything is stored in this safe and secure place, and all she needs to access it is a simple web browser. This is called cloud computing. Put your whole workflow on the internet. And if your business grows, simply add more users to your cloud, like this. Or remove them again. Finally, Sandy feels free. And her husband likes that as well. Wherever she is, everything is just one click away. Okay, we're working on that one. Imagine, by 2020, every byte in the digital universe is expected to live in the cloud, or at least a minute. Your company shouldn't lag behind. Move. Sandy did.
Okay, so yeah. So as it also described in the video that it gets more easier when we have some other community or company managing our stuffs or providing the service which is basically very hectic if you are going to manage that by your own, right? So these kind of services are being provided by Google, Amazon, IBM, Microsoft, which you have heard as of IBM Cloud, Microsoft Azure, AWS. Somebody just put that on your on the chat few seconds ago, and then we have Google Cloud. These all technologies are booming. That's why companies are focusing more on more like awareness things on cloud.
What's all the buzz about cloud computing?
As you have seen in that video as well, that we were talking about data. So now every company is a data company, and today it is all about managing data and all. So it becomes much simpler when we have some services ready which can help our data. So Google Cloud kind of provides us that facility where it is very simple to manage data. Now basically there in that video it was mentioned that cloud computing has that platform as a service, then infrastructure as a service, then software as a service. And here, if I introduce in a very brief way, then it is there are five very fundamental characteristics of cloud. That is on demand self service. That is, you can literally ask for any kind of service and you will get that in very less amount of time. You were had to use that service or uh, put that service by your own, then it would have required a lot more time. Then it has also broad network access. That is, you can use it from anywhere. You don't need to be sit near to the service where it has been installed or so. Then it has large amount of resources as well, and you can get more and more resources or lesser resources. Basically, amount of resources you need, you can get that very easily. And also, you just need to pay only if you require a lesser amount of service, and you need to pay for that only. But if you had to install the whole by your own, then you it would have costed a lot. So it is basically like it does cost less, right? So these all characteristics lead us to focus more on cloud computing, as it simplifies a lot of things. As mentioned ago, it was more about getting services in form of like infrastructure, platform, and software. So this is kind of brief, where in infrastructure as a service, I can tell you one thing, that it basically deals with storage and all, where storage is provided to you as a service, and you need to get your own OS or application and all. And then we have platform as a service, where the platform is managed as a service and you just need to provide the application and all. And then we have software as a service, where everything is provided to you. You just need to put your data and you need to work through that. Excuse me for a second. Yeah, hello. So that was more about in service, platform as a service, and software as a service, which is under cloud computing. Then this is a photo which basically has the whole Google network setup, and which shows the uh, world's internet traffic every day and the root of it. And this basically tells us that the why how the network and all. And through Google Cloud, you can able to manage a lot of data. Yeah. Uh, are you able to get the next slide? Just a second. Yeah. So just like as we talked about IAS, SAS, and PAS, now we have Google Cloud, which also offers a range of computing service. That is, and through your challenge labs and labs, you will be able to get to know more about this. And also in terms of storage and all, it also provides a range of storage services, which is in form of cloud storage, cloud SQL, and cloud spanner and all. And also in terms of data, it has the facilities of BigQuery, PubSub, data flow, and also in machine learning, the API features are also there. Now we will talk more about preparing for cloud careers, and we need to focus on this. Like I actually mentioned few seconds, few minutes ago, that everything is now about data. And since now it is more about managing data and all. Earlier, what used to happen is that every company used to manage their own data, but when this concept came into existence, that some you can ask some other community which is there to manage your data as a service, you can ask them to manage that, and literally this can save you a lot of time, effort and cost, right? So that is why a lot of company which has their own data, which has basically very big data set, are slowly transitioning into a phase where they need to take these services from other companies. But as this transition is very slow, the cloud technology is going very slow, and it is kind of emerging out as the new technology. Now next is about Google Cloud Ready Facilitator program. So you must have seen the contents mentioned in the website. That is, this time we have 4 tracks. Earlier we also had one cloud ready program, and there we have some lesser amount of tracks. Now this time the program is of 2 months, and we have 4 tracks. Which basically include cloud infrastructure, cloud native application development, big data and machine learning and AI. Each track has some quests. A quest is basically a collection of lab. So each track has some quest as well as some skill badges. A skill badge is basically a challenge lab. Difference between a lab and challenge lab is that in a lab you get guided instructions which you need to follow, and then you will be able to learn about some concepts. But in a challenge lab you need to apply those concepts in order to solve uh, the problem which may be there in the present in the challenge lab. Yeah. So like there are, these are the quest in this you will be basically able to get to know more about uh, basic things about cloud, that is cloud architecture, managing the Google Cloud cost, and some more about DevOps, Kubernetes, and basic things about cloud. Next we have is cloud native app development, where you will be able to learn more about APIs. There is one interesting quest which is basically building interactive apps with Google Assistant. Here you will be able to learn more about the APIs used behind that. Basically, this also tells about you one more application using cloud, that is, suppose if you want to use that feature, Google Assistant feature in your app, but you don't know how to code out that thing. So without actually knowing what you need, how to design that, you can use that existing feature in your application, right? So that is one thing. Then you will be able to know more about Firebase and IoT, and that's all. Then we have the next track, big data and ML, and you will be able to know more about your BigQuery related things. And then we have security, ML, and AI track, and here also very interesting track. You will be able to get to know more about language processing, image processing, and more about machine learning APIs. Next, we have prizes there. You need to complete at least in order to get some prizes, and there are few milestones which are basically mentioned in the website, that if you complete one track you will be able to get these and these, and also if you complete a track then you will be able to get some skill badges after completion of even a quest or challenge labs. Next, we'll start with the Google Cloud platform, where you will be completing all the challenge labs and quests. So up till so a quick question: did you get to know? Are you clear with all the things up till here? Anybody? Okay. Okay, so we'll start. So we were talking about the Google Cloud platform. So this is the platform where you will be uh, learning more about Google Cloud, and there are, as you can see, there are four ways to interact with it. That is Google Cloud Console, which is basically the web user interface where you must have you must have interacted with this when you were trying to complete the first challenge lab, which was there to take the free credits for 2 months. Right. Then we have Cloud SDK and Cloud Shell. We will be talking more about this. Then we have REST-based API and also Cloud Console mobile app. So, starting on the first Cloud Console provides you like uh, GUI where everything is managed by like Google Cloud projects and resources, and you must have seen this as well. And here, this is. Through this way you will be able to access all the things in a very easier way, because just like you must have seen when you will be logging into the cloud console, there is one navigation menu. uh, Here I think it is hard to see, but here it is the navigation menu. When you will be clicking on that, you will be able to see a lot of features over there, and just by a click of mouse button you will be able to access uh, uh, to the services and all, and you don't need to type out the commands through this process. So I just told you about this. And one more important thing is there, whatever services are there in Google Cloud that is associated with projects, and projects have some kind of attribute, that is their name, number, and ID. While completing the first lab, you must have seen that project ID, which was basically present in the left panel when you clicked on the Start Lab button. It was generated. So project ID is globally unique, and name is not unique, and similarly that of number is also very unique, and all these three attributes define a project. So basically, when you if we talk about in terms of our program, when we go over the quest and when we try to start the lab, the moment we click on Start Lab button, it generates a temporary thing, and then we have a project ID which is generated, and we will be able to access all the features of Google Cloud over there for that time. Next, we have the Cloud SDK. This is basically a set of command line interface which we need to install in order to access the features. And then we have Cloud Shell, and it is an alternative to Cloud SDK, which you do not have to install. This is only present in the browser form, the is there in the Cloud Console. Most of the labs we will be able to work here. As you can see, when we are there in this interface, from here we can access the Cloud Shell. Yeah, so this is the Cloud Console, and this is the Cloud Shell. As you can see, the black part is Cloud Shell, and here, whatever services we are trying to interact with, we can do that by typing out commands. And you don't need to have don't worry if you don't have prior knowledge to this. When you will be learning through tracks and all, you get to know about commands and all. And like some people think that they don't know about commands and all, like Linux and all, from the start. And even if you don't know, you can just learn from here, and just don't try to copy paste the commands. Just type that by own and try to learn, and you will get to know. And the Cloud Shell also has code editor where you can have your code edited and all. And also talking about this, you can manage your cloud services from your Android and iOS device as well. So that was, and that's it. If you have any questions, you can ask. uh, how you can access labs as in on the program website. The program syllabus is mentioned. You just need to complete all the tracks and learn through that, and the quests have links attached to them, so you can just click on them and you will be able to get through it. And one more important thing to note is that this time we don't only quest in a track. We do have like in total we have 40 quests and 20 skill batches, and depending on the track, like in under a track we have quest as well as skill batches, so we need to complete both of them in order to complete one track. In some labs and quests, there is written that you need to have prior knowledge of this and this, but that knowledge will you will get through that by completing labs, as the tracks and all are designed in such a way that you learn through it. It's not like you will complete one quest now and you need to have some prior knowledge for that. Yeah, and sure, there is like in the website as well, and I also mentioned now that uh, it is mentioned that there are some milestones which you need to complete in order to be eligible for prizes and all, and that is like you can just read out that from the website. Anyone, any question? Just putting down commands in Cloud CLI command. Okay, seems boring. Is there some documentation for? Yeah, there. Okay, if you want some resources, there is one official documentation of Google Cloud, which is actually very nice. You can refer to, and like it is actually not boring if you are getting to learn the uses of those commands and all, but still I am sharing you the documentation thing with you. Yeah, I think this works fine. We have more questions. Yeah, thank you everyone. So if you have any questions, you can ask. Okay, okay, so the session is over. Thank you everyone for joining.